to take a Cool Cat Teacher unboxed tour of the Really Good Stuff Digital Learning Collection. Join me and Lori as we take a tour. What all is included in it?
Great. So Good Stuff Digital Learning Collection. It's been designed by teachers and loved by students. The collection is the best learning apps that have been reviewed by teachers and aligned to state standards to keep your students engaged while learning. The collection will include, at launch, 172 different premium learning apps. They're for grades kindergarten through second grade, with additional apps being added every month.
How did Really Good Stuff choose all the apps? Because, I mean, there's 100,000 apps or more on the App Store, and teachers are just going crazy just trying to figure out what apps to use.
Yes, it's so true. We've heard that from our teachers, and what we did is, we did the work for our teachers. We went out and found that, our goal was to do the testing and the researching of the learning apps on the teacher's behalf. And what we did is pick the best in-class learning apps to engage our students between the grades of kindergarten through second grade.
So are you able to actually personalize this for every child? Because, differentiated instruction, personalized learning, these are all big, hot topics, and it can be so hard to do with this kindergarten to second grade. How does this help me personalize and differentiate for each child?
One of the requests our teachers had was to be able to assign individual apps to individual students. So if the teacher chooses, he or she can assign a math app to one student and an ELA app to another student, and that when that student logs into the app, they only see the apps that are assigned to them. So it helps with personalization and individualized learning.
Awesome. Cool. So how do I sign up?
Great. Well, you come to our website. Really Good Stuff is offering a 30-day free trial. What the teachers can do is come to the website and click on the free trial, enter in their information, agree to the terms. I'm going to create my class.
And these apps are for what devices?
You can use them on any iOS or Google Play device in the classroom. There's two aspects to the product. There is the apps that will be on the tablets that the students will be using, and then the teacher will have what we're calling a teacher center or web teacher portal, where they will be able to do all sorts of really exciting things in this website. So
cool.
We put in a couple of students.
And of course, I'm guessing here you could put some, like a pseudonym if you didn't want to put their real name, right?
Actually, what we've done is we've made it so you can't even really add a last name. So it's on a first name basis.
Okay.
You can do, if there's two Wills in the class, you can do an initial, but the program only accepts first names.
Oh, good.
From here, you can enter in the names. You can upload a CSV of your students' names, or you can skip it and come back to that at a later date. If you want this, students can have a passcode, or they can log in without having to use a passcode to get into the app. So what we're looking at now is the quick directions on how to get the app onto the iPad or the tablet, so that the teacher just has an understanding of what they need to do. And from here, we go into the Teacher Center. This is, again, on the web where you can manage your class. You can assign apps to your students. You can track their progress and supplement your lessons with additional printable resources.
Cool.
There are
so
three
lots
areas
of
on
subjects.
the top.
There's lots of subjects here, aren't there?
Yeah. Yes, so we correlated the apps to the 7 subjects: language arts, math, critical thinking, my best self, creativity, social studies, and science.
Cool. Awesome.
So up here, there are 3 areas of the portal. There's the classroom, students, and resources. From here, you can go into students. You can edit your student list. The Really Good Stuff, the digital learning collection, allows up to 35 students to use it at any one time. You can print the student list if you have a passcode. You could edit the student list, and you can delete all students if you'd like. And again, go back to requiring a passcode. Each student will be assigned an avatar, and you can decide the student can change the avatar when they're logged into the app. From here, you can go into the Resources tab. Once you've set up your classroom, you can choose which apps to assign. There are a couple of different ways that teachers can find apps that they want to assign to their students. So from here, there's two sub-tabs, Teacher Resource and Standard Match Tool. So for instance, if the teacher is looking for math apps, they can click on math. They can click on the subcategories. In this case, we'll click on place value. It shows you all of the apps that can help with place value. And in addition, it has, in this case, it's about 12 reproducibles that the teacher can download and print and use in the classroom to supplement place value in the classroom.
Cool. So you're saying that if a kid plays an app, that there's a reproducible that goes with that app?
If the teacher wants, yes. We've used their PDFs. So and most of them are really good stuff, downloadables that we offer in our homepage or on reallygoodstuff.com. And in this case, it's part of the purchase. So you get all of these downloadables for free.
Awesome. I love it.
Some interesting subtopics are under science and STEM. We have coding and engineering, which is, what we're hearing from teachers, a struggle to find supplemental learning activities. Also, what we're hearing a lot of excitement about is My Best Self, which includes social emotional learning, health, and life skills.
Wow.
So in this case, you can click on social emotional learning and see all of the apps that fall under social emotional.
Cool. So if a teacher, they can click on the information here, are they able to kind of see what the student is going to do, or how can the teacher kind of play the apps and understand what's going on?
Yep. So let me, one other thing I want to show you before we exit out is that in addition to searching by subject, you can search by standard match tool. So if you can choose by state and then by subject and grade. It tells you for the state of Georgia, the strands of the standard that the classroom should be working on. So in this case, it names the strand, key IDs and details, and then tells you the 23 apps that have been correlated to that standard.
Wow. Let's take the first standard and say, what's a real popular for the ask and answer questions about key details in a text? Can you give me an example of how a teacher who's used it in a classroom for this standard?
So in this case, looks like many of these are ebooks. And if you're looking for something in this strand, you can copy the app, go into assignments, and this is where you have the option to assign certain apps to the classroom. So you have the option to you can assign an app to the entire classroom, or you can assign an app to a specific student. So if you have a fast finisher, or if you have somebody who, you want to, in this case, assign that app that we just searched for. So now the class has this. They have this assignment. So I can actually, what I'm going to do, if you don't mind, is go over to the student experience.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're literally able to assign apps aligned with standards, which is really cool.
Yes. And you can do it by student or by classroom. And you can also make it so that the student, when they log in, they have their assignments and they have access to all of the apps. Or you can make it mandatory to just do the assignment.
Wow. So if a child is having trouble with, say, letter recognition, you can literally say, okay, I've assigned you some apps to play.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's so awesome.
So this is because I don't have an iPad on the screen, this is a prototype. So we have either one of two choices, the student experience where they can access all content or just the assigned content. So we'll do all content for now. So this is what the student sees when they turn on the tablet. They click on their name. That's what it would look like if they were asking for the username and password. Mm-hmm. This is how the app would look. So up top, there's a carousel of really kind of our most popular apps. And then as we scroll down, you're going to see that it's each row is one of 7 subjects. So there's ELA, math, social studies, science, and it goes all the way down. And from here, the student can click on ABC and see all of the language arts. They can click from here and start up the app. And then over here is where they see their assignments. So in this case, the student has an option to do their assignments or to access the entire library. If you had set it up on the web portal that you only wanted the student to see the assignments, when they log in, this is the screen that they'll see.
Oh, okay. So to just go right there, they wouldn't have all those choices if you are concerned about them getting distracted and just, doing other things.
Yes. Yes.
Very nice.
Yep, with 172 apps, they do a lot of clicking around. We're seeing it in our testing.
Yeah. But you can really direct them, to what they need to be doing at that point. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And so and I'm sure you're going to get to this, on the back end, I'm actually able to see what apps they play and how much time they spend and all that kind of thing.
Exactly. So because we've just set this class up, there won't be any activity. So I have another classroom set up. So in this instance, it's Mrs. Smith's class. We've been playing it for about a month. So this is the activity we can do today, last 7 days, last 30 days. This is the activity of the class. So my class is spending 10 minutes in language arts, 8 minutes in math. And if I need additional information, I can click on it to see which areas of ELA they've been working on.
Very nice. And can I see individual students?
Yes. We saw a lot of excitement with this, being able to see how individual students are spending their time and on which subjects they're spending it on. Our teachers were very excited to have this ability to track usage and what subjects it was in.
And these are aligned to standards, and you've assigned them based on standards. So you're able to kind of track and know how much time the kids are spending on standards in these fun apps that we play in.
Exactly. One of the struggles we heard our teachers, as we were designing the product, is that they know there are best-in-class learning apps out there, and they know they're available and they're in the stores, and it's such a struggle to go out and search for them and then go out and find them and then play them and then get them on the tablet in the classroom.
And then install them and then figure out, what are my kids doing? I mean, I've managed an iPad lab. This is not, the fact that it's all in one thing is just really nice. And the fact that you can see how much time kids are spending is very nice. And the standard search is really good. Awesome.
We also, it is COPA and FERPA certified. So we hired a company, KidSafe, to, who have the best-in-class attorneys who specialize in internet safety, and we have them certifying the product so that you can feel safe putting it in your classroom and not have any issues with compliance.
Very nice. Okay, so and then it works pretty much the same on Android. We saw a little mock-up of iOS, but it works pretty much the same on Android. Okay, so Lynn, could you give us a couple of examples with a variety of subjects, maybe, something with coding, math, science, language arts, just a few of some popular ones. And there's 172, so there's a lot out there, but just give us a few so teachers can get a feel for it.
Sure, absolutely. What our teachers, as they are using the product, are finding a lot of excitement with a couple of the apps that are listed here. So one that we're seeing a lot of excitement with is CodeSpark Academy. It's for grades K through 4. As you can see, self-guided puzzles teach students the basics of coding. As a teacher using this portal, you'll be able to click on any app, see which subjects it covers, and then have a couple of screenshots so you have an understanding of what the app looks like, what the students will be seeing, so that you don't really have to play it if you don't want to. There's a lot of information. We made sure and spent a lot of time developing a description so that our teachers wouldn't have to spend any time, playing the app. They can just read through these descriptions. So nice. CodeSpark Academy is a great app. We all love Toto Math. So for pre-K to 3, again, there's screenshots of what the app looks like in the student experience. And then in many cases, these apps are research-based. So a lot of the work is done, and teachers can feel very comfortable and confident using these apps in the classroom. So there's 700 math activities just in this one app.
Oh, wow.
And it talks about the sections of Toto Math, and then, obviously all of the different games and activities within the app, and the skills and concepts that it reinforces.
Cool. Do you have any science one?
We do, yes. Toka Nature is one of our favorites. Pre-K to 2. In this case, as the description says, students get a rare opportunity to shape nature and watch it develop. Plant trees and grow a forest, build a mountain to climb, and enjoy the views. Take a look at some of these pictures.
Cool. So they're actually learning kind of through experience in some ways. That's neat. There's lots of different Toka ones. That's cool.
Yes. Yep.
So, I mean, the nice thing is when you find something, you've got all these apps to choose from, and you don't have to keep downloading new apps. It's all just within your app, and you just assign it to the kids, and there it is.
And there it is, exactly.
That's nice.
We're finding in the classroom as we have been testing the product that kids are very engaged. The students are energized. They're having fun. They think they're having, that it's a special and that they're playing a game. They are competing with each other and discussing and talking about the different apps that they're using and the things that they're learning. So it's a win-win. The kids are having fun. The students are enjoying it, and the teacher can feel comfortable and confident that he or she is, using digital in a fun and engaging and learning way.
So what are some of the best practices that you're finding for setup? I mean, do you think some teachers, are tempted to show all, 172 apps? I mean, is it better just to have them with, 3 or 4 to choose from when they start?
We see that teachers, some are doing broad strokes, so they are allowing their entire class to use all of the apps. Some teachers are spending a little bit more time being thoughtful in which student gets access to what portion of the product. So, and they do it on a more personalized basis. So we're seeing teachers use it in all sorts of different ways. We're seeing it for center activity, which is very popular. That's where we're seeing this app be used the most right now. We see it again for fast finishers or for students who need a little bit more reinforcement. And then we're seeing it for, one of the jokes that our teacher had was that it's the best substitute teacher they have, because they know that if they ever need to be out, they have something they can fall back on and not have to worry about planning if they're going to be, out of school for the day.
Yeah, there are no mistakes teachers make when they start setting these up. I mean, so it could be set up either way, I guess.
It can be set up either way, yes. And it does come with resources. There's a quick setup guide when they first start up, and there's a video. There'll be a video when the product goes live. There'll be a video so that they can watch how to set up the classroom and some of the best practices.
Okay. So you would recommend definitely watching the video and following the quick start guide and not just, trying to feel your way.
Absolutely. Although some people like to just dive in and learn on their own. And it's very intuitive and self-explanatory. So if somebody wants to go in and start using, they can pretty much from day one start using the product.
So Lynn, if you add more apps, which I'm sure is bound to happen, does it just update, when the app updates on the iPad or the Google Play Store? It just kind of, it updates when you update that iPad?
The apps will be pushed out, so there'll be no action on the teacher's part. So, and example being in this case, if a teacher was at his or her desk and assigned an app to a student, it's real time. So nothing needs to take place on the student side for that change to happen.
Oh, wow. So there's
So
no
as apps,
downloading or stopping or anything. It just goes.
it just goes, exactly. And that's
Oh,
the beauty of the web portal. So when apps are added, we'll be sending out, maybe monthly notifications to our subscribers to let them know, here are all the great new apps. Here's how you might want to use them in the classroom, and look for them because they're there now. And again, no action is needed on the teacher's part.
very cool. Okay, so teachers can sign up for a free trial. Is that how they should start kind of playing with it?
Yes, you can go to reallygoodstuffdigital.com and from there sign in to start up your 30-day trial. We do not require any credit card information up front. We want teachers to be able to sign in without any issue or struggle and start trying the product and hopefully enjoy it very much and see what they think.
Wow. And then they can just, using those codes, they can download the app and then just kind of link it up pretty easily to their iPads?
Yes, so when you log in to the website, you'll have a user name and password, the username being your email address, and then you'll need to get the app on each of the tablets. So in some
Okay.
instances, the schools have automated systems that push out the app. In other cases, they'll have to download it. And then on each app, on each device, they'll have to log in using that same email address and password. They need to set that up once, and then once it's set up once, it's good to go.
Wow, it just seems like so much easier than some of the things that I had to do when I managed an iPad lab. Just having the
Yeah.
172, that's awesome.
Yeah, again, we heard our teachers struggling, and they knew and they know that there are really awesome learning apps in the market, and but that right now it's a struggle to get them onto the tablet in a timely manner to help the students. So we took all of that work out and did it for them, correlating it for them so that they don't have to, so that they have everything at their fingertips, and then being able to control what the students are able to use and play on a daily basis.
So I'm curious. We looked at language arts. Could you go back to the standards alignments and just, search for some math standards so I can satisfy my curiosity?
So some math standards, sure,
Yeah, some math
absolutely.
standards. Because so much of this is just, with younger kids, it's just so much practice. And I think it's fascinating that I could have, a couple of options of games that kids could play to get that practice in and think they're playing. Wow.
hmm
Very nice. Very nice. So look at all these. So pretty much all the standards have options.
Right.
Wow. Very nice. Okay, so I
Yeah, we're
just can search.
really excited. Yep.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Well, thank you, Lynn, for your time. And this is really cool. I think that teachers are going to enjoy it. And there's really no excuse not to try it out because you can just
Well, we'd love
download
the
it and try
opportunity
it.
to help. Yep, we'd love the opportunity to help our teachers, and we really hope that they enjoy the product. And we're glad to have the opportunity. So thank you.
Never stop learning.